Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, collective. We are in the world. Welcome to Ignite Your Soul, Merging Two Worlds. So today, and I chose this, I just realized, I don't know if you realize it or not, it's Friday the 13th. It's our first Friday the 13th of 2026. So I wanted to connect, and I'm a mystic, okay? So um, I just allow life to unfold by how I choose to think, feel, and create my own reality. So I want to know how many people still have the superstition, like when you see the black cat, the fear sets in or any of that. So I wanted to do this video, have some fun with it because I once too had that superstition until I uh, started to change my beliefs and work with my own thoughts and how that belief internally created more fear for me. Like people are afraid to go the fuck outside, okay, on Friday the 13th. It's just fear, okay? It's a superstition. It was created by it collectively, okay? So it became huge. It was this huge thing. Um, but it's not that anymore for me. So I wanted to know, and if you could leave it in the comments. If you see this video, it was meant for you. You just have fun with it. So I changed my beliefs by thinking, you know what? What do I need to be afraid of? Because I see a black cat. Black cats, mystically, these are energies that you can choose to work with, like goddess the set, you know, and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, I mean, um, yeah. So you have the power, is what this video means. You have the power to follow this superstition that was created. God, I can't even talk. Just excited because I changed this day. I could wake up and feel like all doom and gloom and don't go outside and be terrified um, because it's Friday the 13th. It's just another day. Um, and when you add the numbers, the one and the three, you get four. This is about, you can switch it. It's a new beginning, healing your mind, body, soul, the three, the Trinity. And the four is about your stability, security, how you feel safe in the world, safe in your body, and so on and so forth. I won't give you everything, but because for you to let go of the fear and the superstition of Friday the 13th, you will find your own way. You will find your own way. It would just naturally happen. Okay, what are you afraid of? Why is Friday the 13th any different than the 12th or Valentine's Day on the 14th? All right, so it is a self prophecy, is what I'm saying. All right, and oh wow, just let me breathe. So I invite you to be the keeper of your own thoughts and love Friday the 13th. Wake up or go to bed knowing that Friday the 13th is going to be a new day. And you're going to wake up, you're going to have your coffee, you're going to set your intentions, you're going to you're going to breathe in. Okay, it's about the breath, a breath of life. Thank you to Source for your beating heart, your clarity, truths always being revealed. Just it's so simple. It's easier said than done. You actually get to do it. And it becomes a practice. It's not something you do once and then all of a sudden your belief changes. It's an internal shift that happens because if you watched any of my videos, I talk about the unconscious, the conscious mind, and the subconscious. So in our subconscious, we've always had that belief, that superstition. The truth is, you came here as source energy to be able to experience anything you want. But here's the trick. You didn't know that you had the power to control your own thoughts, right? To create your own beliefs. To let go of false realities, let's just say, false insecurities, of believing that Friday the 13th was going to be the shitty day for the whole world. When you see it all the time, it don't happen for everybody. So with that being said, if it's not happening to them, there's something that they believe different and everything's working out for them. They believe that everything is working out for them. They set their intention. They live with purpose. They create consciously and deliberately a life of fulfillment, happiness, joy, bliss. I mean, we can't have it all the time. That's the whole part of the growth and the challenges. We need to be able to see, not with just the human perspective, because when we just see with a human perspective, nothing changes. We just project these old beliefs and stuff out into the reality. And as a collective energy, we can really fuck shit up. So I decided, and I knew when I was younger that there was more than what I could see because I have a gift that feel. I could feel everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever you want to call it. We're meant to feel and to process feelings. But not everybody was taught how to process their feelings. Okay. I don't want to get into that. But whoever you learned that Friday the 13th was a suspicious day, think about that. That was their belief, not yours. It wasn't meant for you. Even though you believed it, you can change it. So change your thoughts, change your life. So I got all set up. I'm all set up for tarot. Do some Valentine reads tomorrow. But today it just hit me. It's like everybody's making a big deal about Friday the 13th. I mean, realistically, anything can happen. And when we look at it, it's how we respond and react to that which is happening. It's happening through us and for us. This is how the oneness, the source energy flows. Okay, energy has no face. It has, just like love. Love is all there is until that one present moment you have this old thought that comes up and says, I'm unworthy, or I don't deserve love. This is the loop. This is what we're here to change and shift our beliefs by choice. It's choice. You don't have to. You get to 10-10. So I'm seeing the 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles. So this is about happiness um, with family and children. For some of you, building a business, a healing business. It is hurt. So take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But internally, these beliefs will show up and reveal themselves to you. And you have to ask, okay, what aspect is showing up for me today that I can either keep it or I can change it deliberately? That's how I work. I get to remember all that I reprogrammed from my subconscious mind, which included past lives. I should. Okay. I've seen relationships that I've had here that were in past lives, and they were to heal and let go and allow more love than what happened in the last life, right? So that's me. What about you? I mean, everybody's dreams are little glimpses of either past lives, your current situation. Um, you know, I love to be the mystic because my destiny is always unfolding. It's never solidified to one way to love one person because you can't hold divine love and divine source energy cannot be contained in a box. Okay. That's why there's no ownership. There's just love. There's love that chooses you and chooses to stay. There's love that chooses their self and chooses to move on and heal and grow and expand in that love, whether it be a new person, um, changing homes, right? We love the home we're in until we outgrow it. And how do we know we outgrow it? Because our wings have expanded. They have expanded and they need more space and more room to grow. Right. So, like, there's this false insecurity that we need all these things to make us happy, or we need to work harder to be accepted, or heard, or validated, or loved. Um, we have this belief. I don't know why this is coming up. Should just shift it. We have this belief that if we just work harder and we fill these shoes that we have no business filling, that love will stay and love won't hurt us. We were meant to experience pain when it comes to love. That way we can discern the difference. And it's not to close your heart to love. It is to expand and invite more love that's available. When you become available, you become more available to let the good in. And when I say good, you know you're creating it because it's from a pure space of divine source. And we have our moments. I still have my moments like, what the fuck? Sometimes, and when you feel alone and you feel lost and you feel unloved again, go center, come back to the self. And there's no separate self, there's no face that you can put on love. It cannot be contained. It only can be cleansed and cleared and healed through acceptance and without self punishment. Wow. I know I was going up. So this is about shifting and becoming more self aware of your current beliefs. And you're not going to change them all. I'm not saying you have to change all your beliefs. Just change the ones that you see are not working because those ones were not meant for you. They served you for a while and now they're not. You can tell. Because divine source and divine love is always present until fear pushes it away. You ever hear of the runner and the chaser? People run because love gets too close. Like divine love, when you feel that, you feel authenticity and you feel that love, and it's an unfamiliar feeling, you want to run from it. Be still. Be still. Accept the overflow. Because divine love doesn't come easy. It comes through the failed marriages, the failed attempts in relationships. And you can call them failed, but they were your teachers. Today we live in the narcissistic and empathic paradigm, where even myself, as someone who has and is, I have experienced this paradigm. I decided I don't want to experience that anymore. So it wasn't about not fully experiencing, it was fully accepting that I believed that was intimacy, that was love. When in truth, in my truth, your truth is different. That, well, I believe all of our truths. If we're not shown or taught what intimacy is, a woman, from the father, and there's this absent, um, she's going to chase after the thing that was always felt like it was missing to fill the void, so to speak. This message is for someone. So yeah, if the woman doesn't experience what that feels like in the first intimate moments with their own father or father figure, whichever, there becomes a void. And then they try to fill that void with anything that looks like love. And there's still love. Okay. Don't get it twisted. Just because someone's labeled as a narcissist or an empath, okay, they come together to heal the very parts of the shadow, that that void, that thing that you don't want to face or you don't want to look at. Um, and there's underlying energy with a narcissist and an empath when they meet. You don't see it right away. The source will always reveal the mask when you get close to love. You might be the one, even empath, because it feels unfamiliar. Or you're afraid. You've been hurt. You've been traumatized. Um, Fear of rejection. And yes, in that void, if we don't enter into that void, we fill it with other things like the lower dense thought form. I don't know where this came from, Friday the 13th, but um, and then past emotions come to the surface and make you feel depressed. And then you start thinking the what if, shoulda, coulda, woulda, BS. The past is gone. Only through awareness do we not repeat an awareness of the red flags, the things that you wore the rose colored glasses in certain situations or relationships, right? Um, these were just preconceived um, childhood fears that you took on into your life. So you created this illusion that the love could be filled outside of you in whatever way. Okay. Damn source. Okay, so but don't lose hope. And I'm a person that I walk in faith, not by sight. So not everything that you see is meant for you, and you'll still chase it because you have not healed something that you think is going to fix you. Okay. Hmm. So you will keep chasing. Oh, we're going back to um, why we feel like we need all this stuff and these things when in in divine truth nothing is real. In divine truth, it's all created and becomes form through you. um, like some of you believed, that's what I'm hearing, some of you believed that love between you and some of you, your mother was not received. It was always there. It was always present. Your mother always loved you. There was something in her that felt off or broken. Her belief is what I'm hearing. Her belief is she abandoned herself. It wasn't that she didn't love you. She was not able to be who you needed her to be. She wasn't able to give you the love that you needed because she didn't know how. So you personally might feel a little resentment towards your own mother. And Source is saying, let that go. There's also probably some sibling rivalry I'm hearing. Jealousy, envy. Let that go. Embrace who you have right now. There's a proper way to grieve emotions of the past. And through simple awareness. We're not reliving the past. We don't choose to relive the past. We choose to release it and heal from it and allow our hearts to mend over time. Nothing happens overnight. But however, someone needed this reading. It's a message of love from a mother in spirit. And a father. Okay. More on the mother. There's a deep wound that you have. And I invite you to become aware that you can let that go, because even in spirit, they're realizing where they could have gave more love, where they could have took more time, physical time, to spend with you. I'm hearing to spend with you and to be with you. There's still such a feeling of gratitude. Gratitude, seeing a pregnant mother, and it's two women. I'm seeing two women in full gratitude. One of them's pregnant. Oh, for choosing her. There is definitely life lessons of why in the passing And from birth until passing, um, has taught you personally you're not broken. There's no void to fill. You are very loved, always have been. This was a lesson for them. Um, but they had too many of their own insecurities, false insecurities, and they were false. I'm hearing they were false insecurities. Um, there was even mental health issues around self worth. You collective, ooh, um, you have taken this and empowered yourself, and that was what you were supposed to do. You're supposed to do the complete opposite of what she did or he did. Because I'm getting a mother and a father figure. Um, it was never about you feeling alone or broken. It was you being able to become, by choice, okay, the mother that you chose to become. And by the way, spirit is, it's not a reward, but it is a congratulations. Um, you're doing a great job. And they also want me to remind you it wasn't that they were bad parents. I'm feeling like this is for one person. They weren't bad parents. They were lost. Um, they felt misunderstood. They were lost. Okay, I'm gonna pull some cards. Hearts, hidden desires. It's getting deep. Let's go. I'll start with the mother. And spirit, please. Hearts, hidden desires. Okay, distracted. Sidetrack, change, delays. What's really standing out with the distracted? Okay. This person knew they had to make changes. But they kept putting it off and putting it off. And they went further into the abyss. Okay. Into darkness. Anything else from Mother Spirit? Broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Ooh. So distracted. They felt broken. Their whole life, actually, they felt was destroyed and could not be repaired. So they created these distractions so they didn't have to face anymore of actually, no, Spirit showing me like a face-to-face conversation. Um, like you didn't get much of that. It wasn't intentional. It was completely unconscious. I think that's where the mental health issue is. They knew they needed to make changes, but they felt better being distracted rather than facing or destroying any more of their life or your life. They know you want they know you're heartbroken. Okay. And they're saying too, don't let their life and how don't let that change who you are meant to become. Okay. Allow your heart to heal. You're not broken. You're more perfect than you can imagine. And you will see that. Okay. Mirroring shared feelings, reflection. Oh, okay. So this is my twin flame card, but I'm not getting a twin flame out of this. I'm using this deck for answers, and I'm feeling right now like you collective didn't really get to share your feelings. Did a lot of reflecting and reflection. Um, I'm even feeling a little regret. Um, wishing you had a second chance or another opportunity to make amends with this mother. We're really feeling it strongly in the mother. Okay. Um, I'm just hearing, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's also reminding me to tell you, like even in spirit, you can share your feelings. Um, for you, for me, for us, for everyone, to release them, write about them, journal the things that you didn't get to share, and then also remember the love, because there was so many moments of no matter how distracted or how much this person changed. there's always going to be an opportunity. And personally, you have nothing to make amends. They want you to let that go, first and foremost. And remember, this was to empower you and to want more and become more, and taught you how brave that you are. Strong emphasis on bravery, and that you will grow from this. Okay, so now I'm getting a father. There's a little anxiety. Still heartbroken. Okay. I'm going to take these down and put back in the deck, and let's work with the Father and Spirit. This is a very specific message for some Father and Spirit. Okay, we got the pride, ignorance, ego, stubborn. Okay. Your Father and Spirit. But bold and ready to protect. I'm hearing still protecting you. I'm hearing that their ego, they're very prideful. We have the free-spirited. Okay. Free-spirited possibilities, free, adventurous, take risks. Okay. First of all, they're saying they're super proud of how you turn everything that seemed impossible into these free-spirited, adventurous possibilities. How you take risks. They're reminding you not to be too prideful. They personally were free-spirited, adventurous, and they took risks. And they're in pursuit of toxicity. They were chasing something that was very unhealthy. They were being stubborn. They just believed that they were so resilient and that anything was possible. They held on. What did you want? Oh, they want you to never, ever let go of being adventurous and staying open to possibilities. And yes, you can take risks. but not from ego or arrogance like they did. Being too prideful can be a toxic resilience. Okay, so we have, I didn't show you this card, chasing, pursuit, toxicity, resilience. Okay, so we have the time. All right. I'm hearing and feeling that they believed that it was just a fleeting moment in time, and it wasn't that. Okay. That it was just a cycle and it was going to end. But their pride got in the way. But they want you, okay, Father and Spirit, to keep chasing these possibilities, these new possibilities that they're actually going to help create and open up for you. Because you are resilient. You are. And you've been waiting for a sign, a signal. When's the timing, the waiting? When's the moment going to be right to take this risk? Whatever it is for you. This person's like looking at their watch, like, when's my time? You know, when's my time? When am I gonna be able to live my own life, right? Just for someone. I feel like that. Again, sidetracked. Change. You're waiting for something to change. Change happens through our challenges and the cycles that we chose. Okay, so uncertain, unclear, unsure. Confusion. Okay. Another one. All right. Separation, space, blockage. So open up, open. Okay. So they want you to know, first of all, where they are, there's no time. The cycles, the fleeting moments, everything that they didn't get to clear up, they have had nothing except because there's no time in spirit. To understand how their ego and their ignorance and their stubbornness, this is, yeah, they're letting you know there is no time where they are, okay? And there's something about a separation, a space, or a blockage. Like, you're uncertain or unclear or unsure, and you're confused about distance between you, meaning life that you're still living versus they're not here. Okay. So for some of you, you're creating a separation and a blockage from being able to gather a clear perspective. Okay. Some of you, this is where you're better off, right? To distance yourself um, and just let life unfold. Okay, that's what they want you to know, that their pride and ego got in the way. And they knew they were free spirited and adventurous and took risks too, but they chased toxicity. And that toxicity was not a healthy resilience or pursuit to chase. But you still have time, okay? You're still living in space and time from a linear perspective. And they want you to know you are not alone, okay? You don't need to be so confused anymore, because there really is, to give you a new perspective, to help you create more happiness and be more clear-headed, to know there is no distance. Okay. No time, no distance. So this is for a father spirit. I'm not really feeling that card. But definitely about a new perspective of where you are, and to continue creating your life, be adventurous, chase your highest excitement. It's okay to take risks. Make sure they're healthy ones. Thought through. Okay. Because there's no such thing as time or distance. Okay. So someone needed that message. So if you feel this way and you're confused, all right, you create the blockage or the space between spirit and form, which you are here, still form. They want you to be able to create a place of stillness, okay, and to feel there is no separation, okay. And once you do, it'll be like you froze time and you have no words, and you'll be like shocked because you can connect. And they want you to always remember how loved you were, even if they didn't say it much. For some of you, they said it all the time. No matter. That is where the pride comes in. They were so proud of you and daughter. Take what resonates, okay? Strong possibilities. In time here is also going to be fleeting moments that you create. But remember, you're not waiting for anything. You already are loved. You already are amazing. You already are in pursuit and chasing your dreams. Your dreams are already created in spirit before they can manifest, so to speak. with this clear space, this new perspective. So clear your mind. They're saying you're going to be better off when you're able to release this thing, this separation, this space, this blockage. Um, and sometimes you can get in your own pride too, like for some of you. And this is where you're creating this uncertain path. You're unclear or you're unsure of what the next step is. Just create it. Don't wait. Everything's happening in cycles, 555. So the longer you wait, the more confused you become, the more separation, the space, and the blockage becomes stronger. So you need this new perspective. And I'm glad you're seeing this video right now, or whoever it is. Because new doors, opportunities, possibilities are starting to open up. And they are watching you. They're with you every moment, okay? Because there is no time. There's no separation. We, as pride and ego and stubborn, we create with our belief that we are separated. And there is no separation. There's only love. There is love here in this present moment coming through. And they want you to choose to keep living. Keep living. Okay. Letting go, moving on, walking away. Right. Okay. They see how devoted you are to what you're in pursuit of. And for some of you, this is a new home, a new vehicle. This is letting go of the old. And the old belief is that we're waiting. It's that we release, receive now. Release, receive now. We just need that clear perspective that what is going to make me happy right now? Okay. Where am I going to be better off? You know, what should I pursue in life? Because I already am a free spirit. There's nothing creating distance and separation except for you. You get in your own way. And that's something that both the mother in spirit and the father in spirit has came through. And they want you to know. Okay. So I'm feeling like we don't need any more messages there. So don't be so confused. And I know that's easier said than done, but I'm here to tell you, as a person who is learned that to expect the unexpected, okay, helps you release the ego that wants to control all that you could experience in each fleeting moment of time and space. Is a linear thing. Like, it's all happening now. Everything's happening now. So let go. Let love in. Let your light shine. And I love you all. I love tarot. I remember I've been, doing things, building things, creating things, showing, myself personally. Um, yeah, so working on things behind the scenes with spirit and creating more love and letting more light and releasing the ego and needing to control and know that every moment what's going to happen, that's no longer an issue. So I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this reading. Mother and Father and Spirit, love you guys. Thank you for bringing yourselves into this space, this time and space, and sharing. Man, that was powerful. So I love you guys. Remember, like, share, subscribe. I'm sure it was feeling like, in the beginning for a specific person looking for answers, uncertain about life. But you're going to figure it out because you just received healing messages from your loved ones. And I really liked using that deck. It explains everything that you want to know in this present time and space, dimension, reality. So remember, chase your highest timeline, excitement, whatever that is. Because you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna lose track of time, and you're gonna get all dreamy. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.